Hello friends, this is Kelly back with another process video. I'm working on the 4for4 series put on by Janet or inspired by Janet at RTS. This is the kit I've been using, and this is layout 2 in the 4for4 series. As you can see, I'm showing you the papers that I cut for this particular layout. That 6x6 piece, I just cut it right in half because I want it to take up a little more real estate on the page. I'm going to have it span across the page. And I love this series because it kind of pushes you out of your boundaries because you have to work within a set parameters. So it kind of pushes you to think a little bit outside of the proverbial box, I guess, which actually is pretty ironic because we're working within a square, but and I am trying to I'm using my T-ruler to try and help me get things even on the page and straight as possible, although that seems to elude me every time. I can never seem to get things straight as I would like them, but that is okay. It's just part of the process, and I am just fine with that. You would think with 20-some years of scrapbooking that I would know not to put so much adhesive so I can pull things up, especially with my way of scrapbooking. I'm forever pulling things up and moving them around, but I end up ripping things, but it somehow always seems to work out in the end, so it's okay. So these are pictures of my daughter and my grandpuppy. Well, he's not a puppy anymore, but he's a golden doodle named Paddington, and he's just a sweetie. But they're at the lake at Possum Kingdom, and there's my daughter's little feet with her Crocs on, fishing at the lake, which she loves to fish. I do not know where she got it from. I think it came from her grandfather, but she loves to fish. And so this is her in Paddington, just having a nice little relaxing day at the fishing dock. I'm using the cut aparts and die cuts, everything from this kit. If you watched my last video, is from the Maggie Holmes Sweet Story collection. Pretty much, other than the thickers, and there's one paper that is not from that collection, but the majority of this entire kit is from that collection by Maggie Holmes. So I just arranged the photos in kind of cattywampus but in a diagonal going down the page. And my layout clusters will be going in the same direction. When I'm left to my own devices and I'm not using a sketch, this is usually my go-to style. I usually end up putting things in a diagonal because for whatever reason, it makes my eyes happy. So, I wanted to incorporate that kind of mustard yellow into this layout. So I did use that frame as a underneath my daughter's picture up there at the top. I used that as a layering piece underneath the photo. And then I'm going to incorporate that yellow in a couple of other places down this diagonal, just for some consistency in that color. I love that color anyway, but I like the pop. I don't know, I think it gives it a different kind of energy with that yellow, so, which I like. And then I'm trying to just do some layering, and I normally with my layering, I start with my bigger pieces and then just layer smaller pieces on top of the bigger pieces until I'm happy. And this is one of those layouts where I'm feeling very much like I want to layer. So I'm doing a lot of layering. And you saw me cut that frame piece. That is I don't know what material that would be. I used it and framed at the very top by the yellow die cut piece under my daughter's picture. And then I also used it down there, the cut part, as you see me working with right this moment. I'm trying to figure out the best placement for that. And it will end up in that little corner right there where I'm creating my cluster right now by the rainbow. So I love the floral pieces, just kind of to create bases even for your clusters. It fills in spots and it gives it I like the rounded shape of the flower. It keeps everything from being too rigid, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I love rounded shapes to soften a layout. And I kind of feel like that's what the floral pieces in this collection did. Instead of everything being such straight lines, it's giving it a little bit of softness. And my title there is Summer Vibes. This was at the beginning of the summer, so that was a good title for this particular layout. So I am repeating the floral elements up there at the top. I wanted to bring in a little pink underneath that frame. A few more floral pieces. That dream big will end up staying right there too. This is my oldest daughter who is going through a lot of change and transition in her life right now, and she tends to be hard on herself like I am, and that's something that I want her to remember, is that she needs to just keep dreaming big. Life gives us setbacks, but we just keep pressing forward, and I'm so proud of her. She doesn't sit around and wallow and feel sorry for herself for very long. Anyway, she just keeps going. She's a little trucker. She doesn't give up, and I'm very proud of her. So I'm just adding a few finishing touches to this layout. You'll notice my finishing touches are usually my smallest pieces, and in this instant it's the little smaller floral pieces, the smaller labels, and then the puffy hearts as well. And it doesn't show here, but I end up putting the date up there in that label that I put at the very top. A little more layering because more is better to me in this layout. So that is it. I appreciate you watching. I hope you found a little bit of inspiration. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload my next layout. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.